Okay, again, you can see we're in the sauna here. We've got Monty and Neville. I'm getting it down. I have to ask him his name all the time here because I'm not too good with names. Now, Monty, you've been now here for 10 days, right? Both you guys?
Yes. Yep.
Okay, and you've been on this terrain, what we call detoxification. It's advanced. Detoxification and this rejuvenation journey. And you've been doing what for the last 10 days?
Drinking water.
Just drinking water. And how about you, Neville?
Yeah, just drinking water.
Okay, so for most people, they have no idea what we're talking about, but if you really want to clean your body's a water bottle. And that's why we're in the sauna, and we're going to do just a little different aspect of in the sauna series, because there's so many different ways to be able to actually use this sauna just like as a tool, instead of just understanding just to sit here and just sweat, because we're going to do a couple different techniques today. But in part one, what we want to do is we want to just talk about a few different changes that these two, we'll call them gentlemen because they're like me, we're old guys, okay, have really changed their ways as far as their toxicity load, and just a variety of different changes that actually is really beautiful when it happens to you, because all of a sudden it's like both these guys, they don't even look the same to me at all, even though, remember, they look at themselves every day. I look at these guys here and they don't even look the same. They look like they're brothers. Okay, on the 10th day, this is what happens. People all of a sudden shed this whole layer of garbage, okay, because you're not just drinking water. What else do you guys do?
The herbs.
Yeah.
And then also the body work, and
and getting
the IV therapy, and the colonics.
The hot colonics.
Yeah.
Okay. And did you guys see any critters come out of you?
Not as yet, I haven't.
Okay.
But I
don't worry, you will.
I do expect them to come. Yeah.
Okay, and how about you, Monty?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
And what did they pretty much, does colonics hurt at all? Are they uncomfortable?
A little bit in the beginning, but after that, no.
Okay, because a lot of people are scared of colonics, and they're actually very effective.
Yeah.
When you guys are drying out your bodies like you're doing it, did you feel, when you got finished with the colonics, both of you guys, did you feel like all of a sudden that it released, remember, you're trying to clean out your intestinal tract. You've dry water fasting to me is not what the typical dry water fasting is, where people don't drink anything at all. We're using dry water here. It's steam distilled, and it's very powerful because it sucks out a lot of garbage out of your system. It breaks down a lot of inorganic minerals in your body. And both of you guys, you started at how much weight have you lost here now?
Gosh, I think about 12 pounds.
12 pounds. Okay. And what do you think?
Yeah, I've lost 12 pounds as well.
Okay.
Yep.
And, this is typical on anybody. Remember, you're just trying to basically stop the garbage pit from gaining more garbage. And you're just stopping and reversing aging is what you're doing. I look at both these guys. These guys, like I told them, once you hit the 10th day, what I see is you just lost 10 years of toxicity. And all of a sudden we can see it because you look way more vibrant. Your skin has a pink tone to it instead of yellow and pasty. Okay? And you don't even know that your body's not that optimal until you actually start to clean it up. So what we're going to do here is, this is niacin I have in the jar here, and it's only about 50 milligrams. And remember, these guys haven't had any food at all, so normally I put in mine, okay, but I still only have one meal a day. This is blue-green algae. It's got a big tablespoon of MSM in it. I like to use the MSM when I'm in the sauna here. Okay, we take out garbage and we put in better stuff. And this also has about 150 milligrams of niacin. And so when we take this in here, where's our water? Oh, there we go. Go ahead and pour half in there. And we're just showing you how much 50 milligrams in. It's just a little bit. Okay, then where's yours? And then all we're doing is just giving it a little swirl. And the niacin sort of tastes like vitamin C. I got one. Let's get rid of this one. Okay. You can smell it. It smells sort of not citrusy, but it's got a smell to it. It smells like it's a B vitamin. Okay, so what they're going to do is, niacin is a super strong vasodilator, and what it does is it's going to make their bodies have a huge amount of blood that's going to surface to the skin. Yeah, go ahead and drink it all, and then try to swish the bottom so you get every little part. Niacin's super cheap to buy, and it's one of the most effective ways to help open up and detox your system. It just is. Okay, and it's free basically. You can buy a bottle of niacin, just buy it in the 500 milligram capsules, and I open up the capsules and just put in as much as I want. But this is a good protocol to do for about a month straight, every morning, on an empty stomach. And since these guys are empty now, like I said, they'll feel this, and so as soon as you guys start to feel this, tell me. Okay, it usually takes about 20 minutes on normal people, and you don't do this with food in your stomach because it doesn't work. So you'll start to feel your face tingle, and your head start to itch a little bit, and your body gets a lot of redness to it, especially in the areas that it needs to. So this is the same on the protocols that we're going to do here. I was telling Neville before, you know, your body is just an easy this filter. Okay, so this is what these guys are doing, is they're taking dense foods, okay, and trying to unpack all the accumulation that they've had over, you know, these guys aren't 20 years old, okay, they were like me. It took me 5 good years of digging deep before I really started losing my disease, okay, and that disease is just, you know, you lost what, 12 pounds, both of you guys?
Yep.
That's part of the disease right there.
Yeah.
So, why did you come up here at all? How did you even find out about us here?
I've got Lyme disease. Had Lyme disease. I still have it, I guess, but early stages of Lyme. And I just started to surf the net and YouTube and found you and thought, wow, this is... I'm 63 years old, and the last 3 years health-wise been going downhill rapidly. Just feeling off and so on. And then the Lyme disease actually tipped it all off for me. Been here 10 days now, and all my Lyme pains have gone. So that's as far as Lyme's are concerned, that's damn near a miracle, I'd say.
Well, and you know, we've had several Lyme's people here, and really, I don't really go by people's, you know, so-called diseases. You'd be surprised how many people have this parasitic infection, and it's transferred. We don't even know, but I would say it's transferred also through us. It's transferred through other insects other than ticks. Okay, they're blood-sucking just like fleas are and everything else. So mosquitoes, and a lot of us have these viruses. Forget what they're called, but a lot of them have, you know, these neurological problems that you start to face very quickly when you get older. Is because these things grab onto your nerves, and they're neurological parasites. Because a lot of people with Lyme's, we've had several here, they could barely even walk, and they stayed here for about 3 months. But really, the way I look at it, you know, Monty, have you ever been said to anybody tell you that you had any type of disease that someone's labeled you with?
No, we could not nail anything down.
Okay.
I tested for everything.
And why are you here?
Been going after this for about 8 to 10 years, and 5 really strong, and going through different protocols, and just you know, getting better but not getting good. You know,
The higher level results.
the higher level results, exactly. So I tamed it down, but it kept popping its head out, and the symptoms, you know, hit me twice a day, every day. And you know, I thought I definitely cut out most of the sugar, and I, you know, cut out a lot of the meat, but I still, you know, wasn't, you know, optimizing what I should have done.
Or really being effective on taking out the stuff,
Knocking it out. Yeah.
that our bodies, like I said, are just big filters. So
Yeah.
now, you know, everybody's at their own unique level. This is the best part. Okay, you're gonna have to figure out and make a decision one way or another, anyways, because sooner or later, it's not that you get the sickness. Everybody has the sickness. And the sickness is accumulation of a lot of things, that just like in your car, your oil filter, your gas filter, your radiator, airflow, everything, all the filters of the car. Once one gets clogged up, that's it, okay? The whole thing malfunctions. When's the last time you cleaned your kidneys? And you've been doing some EDTA, intravenous.
Yeah.
You have also?
Yeah, definitely, yeah. I've done 2.
Okay, and you know, no matter what I'm just trying to get at, Monty came here because he wanted to optimize. Okay, he wanted to really being reasonable and logical. And then Neville's here, okay, because someone's labeled him with a parasitic infection, which most people have anyways. Remember from a variety of different viruses. A virus, when you go to the doctor, when he says you have a virus, doesn't know what you have because he can't see it. Okay, so it's just sort of like a, you know, it's an idea like cancer. You know, you can't see it, but we know it's there, but we don't know what it is. Okay, so all of these diseases in my book are parasites. All these diseases are caused by us accumulating all this garbage. Okay, so this is, like I said, the niacin that we just put inside our bodies. We're just trying to open up the blood vessels and get blood into other areas. We're heating ourselves up with a very fantastic machine, a far infrared sauna. Okay, and you can see right now, I've been in 15 minutes, and I'm river sweating coming down right now. I river sweat in about 5 minutes. Okay, you can see he's got some nice sweat going. You feel the drops rivering now?
Yeah.
And this is where, okay.
Yeah, same thing, rivering as well.
Yeah, you can see, you just can't see so good because this guy's a bear here. And one of the things also, you know, like I was telling Neville, if you really want to be effective at doing gua sha, you have to trim off as much hair as you can because you're really trying to bring back longevity but rejuvenation to the tissue, which means you have to really not beat it up, but you got to break it up. Okay, and sometimes, just like we're going to do today, you know, I don't really like to play with anybody. You know, both these guys, let me tell you, they're in great shape compared to a lot of people that come, because a lot of people, they're 100 pounds overweight, and they're only coming just to lose weight. Okay, now remember, everybody's got their own unique deal here. Okay, but once you've played with this for a little while, and once you've broken up, we're going to show them now what's called an intermediate and more of advanced, and wait until you see the stuff that comes out of their pores. It's amazing. And the reason why it will come out, because on a lot of people, it doesn't still come out, because the pores are starting to open. I can tell now it's because these guys are sweating on both sides of me. And a lot of people that come in here, we're in now 16 minutes. They don't even have a drop yet, okay? And when I know, when I start to work on them, I have to be very careful because their tissue is plugged solid. And in fact, they don't want to stay in here any longer than 20 minutes because their system's plugged and their body overheats because it can't go ahead and perspire. The perspiration, remember, shows that your skin is functioning correctly. So, because you can get out the poisons and the garbage out of there. Now, you guys don't feel the niacin yet, do you?
No.
No.
All right. Monty, as far as you've been practicing a lot of. Are you vegetarian? You still eat meat? Have you changed a lot of your personal care products? Are you at that level yet?
I cut it down to like 95% vegetarian before I left. And as far as the products, I mean, I was pretty much not using anything but, you know, shampoo and soap.
Okay.
And then trying to go
from the store.
Yeah, from Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Use as pure as I can, and I got some deodorant that was supposedly from Whole Foods that was the least toxic. So I need to do some more research on that. Yeah, to find out which is because I don't want to sit there and go home and all of a sudden keep continuing to put these bad things in me.
Now, you hear what he's saying right now? This is what it takes for most people. It takes you to be able to go through some, because this isn't easy what you guys are doing. Yeah. It's not. Wait a minute. Is it easy now, though? Okay, you're from Australia.
I'm surprised how easy the fast has been. I'm lacking energy, but I thought I'd be hungry, but I really haven't been hungry, but I just lack energy, and pleasantly surprised, to tell you the truth.
Okay, but you went out of your way to come here. Remember, you're not just from one of the other Hawaiian islands where some people come.
No, I come here for a purpose.
You traveled a long way, so you really had to feel that this purpose was going to have some type of benefit because your mind was ready to be able to make it so it could. Because remember, if you're not in the right area that people are doing any of this stuff, you have to be in the right format. Everybody's doing the same thing. We're all climbing the same hill in different directions, but at least we're all going up the same hill. So, what Monty was saying too is this is so important. You got to stop all the toxicity, and then you have to go ahead and be a researcher now and figure out what to buy and what not to buy. Yeah. And that's why we put together Earthshift, is because most people can't figure it out. Yeah. It's a family company. We don't make any money. They're selling wholesale to people, giving them free shipping or anything. Our family has a large other business, and this is part of a good study for people that really just to upgrade themselves, but have the tools to be able to do it. Like the sauna. You need a sauna. Okay, this is one of the simplest, easiest things, and it's enjoyable. Once you go through about 20 times, and actually your body starts to function normal, especially when you see the results that you get. So, now, Trevor, are you vegetarian, or did you Did
Neville.
you? No, excuse, sorry.
That's right.
Trevor's sleeping
No,
still.
no, I haven't been the opposite to vegetarian, and I've started to change my ways. Over the last couple of years, slightly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so you have a majority, so both you guys were eating flesh, and the idea really being is you do need certain things in your diet for your body to regenerate. And there's a lot of places, unless you eat even meat, they won't even take you because they know you're wasting their time. Okay, so there are certain things in meat that are super beneficial, but what I found out, unless you're really getting grass-fed and really getting untortured animals, you're sort of helping one thing and sort of hurting another. Okay, so once you sort of get off meat, this would be good for you guys to do right now for your next level, because most meat's full of viruses, it's full of toxicity. Every normal piece of meat that you get has a vaccine, has a hormone and an antibiotic in it, and that's what the farmers do. That's just what the system does.
Yeah.
So we are what we eat, what we do, and such and such. So they're going up to this next level. They just put all this movement in here. And if you can dry yourself, I'd like to see you have raw fertile eggs. That's going to replace your meat.
Yep.
Okay, I'd like to have you still do raw goat cheese if you can. Remember, raw, trying to reestablish your gut wall flores. Okay, you get away from, if you can, just the dense flesh, because remember you're trying to help your body regenerate, but you need to put in also the oils. So I have 2 or 3 eggs, raw fertile eggs, and I just boil them for a minute and a half in the shell, crack them open, and I make like a soup. And the lecithin is really super powerful to rebuild your nerves. Remember, that's what we're here to do. Neville's got a parasite that's eating his nerves away, just like MS, just like anything. That's why people with Lyme's disease. Monty hasn't been shown that he has any of these things, but he kicked out a parasite, he said the other day. And what's the difference? A small one you can't see, a virus, a microbe, one you can look on a microscope and say, oh, wow, I see you guys. Okay, or a macro type of parasite where you saw a visual parasite comes out of sight of you and you haven't had any food in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 days. Okay, so this is sort of like the big epiphany. This is why Neville we're going to make sure that he gets a chance to see some creatures come out of him. Okay, because
Yep.
once you do, then you're on the program.
Yep.
Just are.
Yep.
And until you actually see these things, it's just sort of like faith in a religion or just faith in something weird. But once you see, especially once you get the bigger pieces of the rope parasite out of you, and we did a little lecture on this the other day, these things are gruesome, okay? And you're not here to kill them. Look what we're doing. We're just modifying, okay, the terrains of these creatures that live inside us, and they find ways inside you due to the level of toxicity. So remember, the game is to lose toxicity, make space, and put back better liquids. Let's all take a drink again. Okay, so what we're going to do is, these guys now, I look at them as intermediate advanced, okay, because they need to go to the next level. They've already graduated grade school, okay? They've already come in here first, it's like junior high. You go through you can read about stuff, okay, if you don't practice it and live it with other people, so you can see that some people go through some major turbulence, as one of the girls here. Remember, she went through some major releases. And you'll find out that for women to clean themselves up, it is a little harder than the guys, just because they've got more toxicity. As we were talking about, how many personal care products do you use a day? So you got underarm deodorant you still use right now, right?
I got deodorant, I got shampoo,
Okay.
and I got gel.
Okay, so it's pretty minimal. And if you're a normal woman, okay, that really hasn't done any type of studying, okay, you probably maybe use 25 to 50 products, from perfumes, okay, from mascara made from petroleum, a whole makeup full of different types of aluminum and different types of ground up metals with weird petroleum based and even ground up animals in the makeup, okay, all these proteins that are biproteins, and they're made, a lot of them, from euthanized animals that they get from or the veterinarian. When your dog dies, they got to take them somewhere, and they take them to a rendering plant. And this was big news about 20 years ago. Martin Sheen did a whole documentary on this called Eco Spies, and they wouldn't let it air. Okay? Look at lead in lipstick. You're a woman and you use tampons. Okay? Look at that toxicity. 50 years old. Okay? If we were all women right now, we would have already used over 5,000 tampons. It's pretty ridiculous, especially when they're full of toxicity. So, we're going to start our next layer here. And the layer here is, I just wanted to soften everybody up. Okay, we're going to use several different solvents to soften up the tissues even more. And then I'm going to, because I don't really see any marks on Neville here. Okay, and the other day you had a few, but you're looking good right now. You got a little bit on your back right now.
Yeah.
So you guys both been doing the sauna consistently, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you noticed, what's the worst thing that coming here that you've noticed as far as like your turbulence to sort of dry yourself out? Either of you guys, what do you think?
I had a tough time with the chelation, that one chelation episode I did. And yeah, I was moaning and groaning all night.
What did you feel?
I just felt like a lot of bad stuff coming out of me.
Mm-hmm. And chelation, just so you guys know, that's EDTA, and this stuff is made to support clawing out the stuff that he got massaged to get into his bloodstream, and he's dry, so the stuff can really work, and it effectively goes through your vein, and it drips in a bag, sometimes takes a couple of hours. And that's, out of all the therapies, that's the one that whips me the most too, but I feel is the most effective and beneficial because you're getting heavy metals out of your system. So you felt that was the other therapies, the colon therapy, those are pretty easy.
Those were easy, yeah. Yeah, that was about the hardest. I've been feeling pretty fatigued pretty much the whole time, so.
Okay.
And I know it's a good thing.
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, Trevor, excuse me, I keep calling you Trevor. Neville, what do you feel was the most turbulent, thing you've done here?
I really haven't had a great reaction, particularly the EDTAs. Yeah. And no, it's just lethargic is my biggest nemesis. I just can't be bothered doing things, So, yeah, which I, really like to get up and do things, but I'm finding that I'm resting a lot more and a lot more than I would normally be able to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, let's see here. We're at 21 minutes. First thing we're going to do here is we're just going to put on some peppermint, and this opens up our pores even more. So I'm going to put about 10 drops in my hand. There we go. 10 in yours here. And then rub your hands together really good. Just don't get this in your eyes. And the peppermint really is good for two things. Number one, put a little bit in your nose. It makes your skin, react to this. And you put it on your legs too. And it makes the hot in here feel that it's not that hot anymore. And all of a sudden you're sort of cold right now, aren't you?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Okay, so what it does is it sort of slaps our nervous system around. So you have to be careful though, because remember, it's just as hot. It's 138 degrees in here right now. Okay, we've been in about 20, 30 minutes or so right now. Okay, so now it feels cooler, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so this is one of the little tricks. Remember, it takes a lot of time to be able to make and use the sauna effectively, and using these little tricks like this are essential to make your rejuvenation and detoxification effective. If not, it's sort of wasting your time. And no one wants to waste their time. Now, you guys don't feel the nice and still, right?
No, I feel it.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. I can see your face is a little bit red right now. How about you?
No, I don't.
No? Okay. And, look, Neville didn't feel anything from the EDTA, but Monty did, okay? And remember, this is what happens too. The more effective sometimes something is, the more turbulence sometimes you'll feel, okay? So this is where you got to keep knacking at it, because remember, your tissue's older than Monty's too, okay? So it's the cement's harder.
Yeah.
So this is why the work that we're going to show you today, right now, is essential to break it up a little bit every day, and you want to do it in the shower if you can.
Yeah.
You want to every day in the shower when you're finished, once your body's warm, you wash your whatever you do, okay, and then at the very end you grab a dull, I use a Chinese soup spoon, and I gouache on my lymph glands, my neck, okay, my whole body, just what I can, just for like 3 minutes. And you're trying to keep constantly softening this up, even if it hurts a little bit, okay? If it itches, do it more, because it's telling you break it up more, because you can. And if it hurts a little bit, well, do what you can. If you guys you've been practicing at all before you came here, a lot of the gua sha at all? Either one of you?
Yes. Yeah, every time I've been in.
No. Before you came here?
Oh,
though.
no.
Oh, no, not me.
Okay, so what I'm saying is they were beginners because they're just starting a few things. I've seen marks on these guys. Okay, like I said, Neville needs to trim off the hair there, as Monty did a little bit. I'm lucky I don't have any hair. Okay, so because if not, when we do the gouaching, And when they put on the magnesium and stuff in the coconut oil, it makes the hairs make you feel like you're sort of like, you know, you can feel the hairs more. It makes it feel uncomfortable a little bit for me. Okay, so we're going to start part 2. Anything you guys want to say before we go? This was like a little... I like to inspire people to be able to really take a jump on their own health, no matter what you do, no matter where you go, okay? There's a lot of things you can do on your own just to be able to make it so if you did want to go ahead and do something, you know, because this is advanced. This is really like training for a marathon. And once you get here, okay, or go to another place, but you want to get a full spectrum of different types of, you know, ways of attacking detoxification, parasites, demineralization, rebuilding your nervous system, rebuilding your gut wall flora. And this is, you know, it's all a multi-layered piece here, you know. So, you know, these guys, like I said, you haven't even been doing the skin protocols. Everybody, no matter, you don't have to change your diet. Open up your skin pores. You let out as much garbage as you can, and once you do, and this is why I tell people also to slow down on the meat. And once you do, your mind starts to get more clear. You make better decisions based on the continual movement that where you're going is the right way. You're going to go through turbulence, and if you don't, it just means most likely you're not doing it right. Okay, this is what happens. So you've lost, like you said, more than 80 pounds now, because when we did the little interview, because you've lost even more weight now, because you were, what, 230 before?
Originally I was about 230, 225, 230. And then I brought my weight down to about 170, then about 168, and 168 to 170 on average.
And what are you right now?
146 something.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Neville, how did you? How does your, as far as your weight journey been?
Here?
No, just when you.
Totally.
What's the maximum amount of weight you've ever had on your body?
I go in kilos, 110, 112 kilos.
Okay, so it's like 230 pounds.
Yeah, around about, yeah.
Okay. And then how many pounds or kilos do you weigh now?
I'm 105 pounds.
105. No, 105 kilos.
205. No, 205 pounds.
Oh, 205. Okay,
Yeah,
105. Okay.
So I've converted one to the other.
That's all right. Okay, so 205.
Yep.
So, okay, 25 minutes. It's not body fat. It's toxicity. Yeast, mold, fungus, candida. All this stuff lives in our tissues of our lymph. And you can see Monty, okay, is massively, like I said, he looks at himself every day, but he's lost 10 years since I've seen him. And same with Neville. Remember, everybody's lost a massive amount of toxicity. It's not body fat. Okay, you quit feeding these creatures, and basically your toxicity, as long as you can push it out and pull it out. And that's why you do colon hydrotherapy. That's why you're doing the sauna. That's why you're doing the IV therapy. That's why you're getting the deep massage. Okay, and then when you guys start to come back, remember the most important thing you guys want to learn from anything is try to keep your sugar load down to a minimal layer. Because right now you guys have beat up your most colonizational parasites in everybody's body is yeast, mold, fungus, and candida, and they primarily eat sugar. Okay, and so if you can stop feeding those guys, you know how much energy you get extra? Because every parasite inside our body, remember, it lives in the body and it poops in the body, and this is how we get sick and tired. Okay, so both you guys right now have done a massive job, because you're at the 10-day point right now. How long are you going to do your water fast for?
Aiming for 14.
What's that?
Aiming for 14 days. Sorry, what did you ask?
No, how long are you going to go for?
Yeah, 14 days.
Okay, so, he's got already said he had Lyme's disease, okay? And, the best thing, remember, he's in his first layer right now. And we've had people here do 30-day. We found out that the 21-day fast is what really goes ahead and shuts everybody down. You go through this thing called colony collapse. You may throw up. You may have diarrhea a lot. Is because whatever was holding inside you now, it just dies. And you have to really be, it's like, basically it's like a birth. That's a birth or an exorcism, okay, of everything that realistically has been causing you dis-ease, okay, changing your tune. So we found out about, especially with the Lyme's people, you want to try to, if you can go for 14, then remember in your mind, I'm going 15. Try to go ahead and stretch it out a couple more. Refeeding's easy, okay? You're going to refeed, remember, with low sugar, all fermented vegetables. You're going to both you guys are going to both regrow back your forest, okay? And Neville knows about this because he's more like a botanist, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And he knows that your roots are, are the most important part of the tree, and your roots are your intestines, guys. Oh, I know you wanted to say something. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I was just saying agronomist. And, that's what I specialise in, health of soil, health of plants, health of people, health of stock. So this is when I saw your YouTube, just the whole thing fitted. That's why I'm here.
Made more sense to you.
Yep.
Well, and you know, this is a big problem too. This is why these videos too. A lot of people, you got to have things happen to you in your life to be able to make the jump, to be able to clean yourself up. Okay, it does take effort, but until you get even effort and discipline to even start your journey, you got to have some type of crisis accident happen, or some type of just dysfunction, whatever it would be, and or you got to be reasonable and logical and know that sooner or later you're going to have to be able to clean up yourself, and you might as well do it sooner than later. Okay, so when I see, no matter, we've got guys here, what, 24 years old right now? 25?
Yep.
And it's like, what are you guys doing here? You guys are in pretty darn good shape, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
Very, okay? You know, look at Trevor, got an 8-pack, okay? Nico, he's shrank himself, but they're youthful kids now, you know? And, you know, this is what it is. I was in the sort of the reasonable and logical. I was in fear, basically, because I saw everybody else around me being in the medical field getting sick. Why? It's because they're not doing smart things, you know, taking showers with chlorine, taking whatever the case may be, poisoning themselves with GMO. Or so, you know, I just sort of switched around, partly because I found out all the meat is full of parasites, and so I switched down from pork to beef to chicken to fish to scallops. And once I got off of meat, okay, you guys have already dried yourself up. I went through like 3 days of feeling like I was getting off a massive addiction. My legs were twitching. My girlfriend says, you were kicking in your bed all last night. Yeah, I know. Something was leaving me. So I haven't had any flesh since then, but I don't really go along with the vegan, you know, we don't want to eat suffering animals. There's no question about that. But you can get local. I don't have any flesh. I don't have any red blood in my diet. So it makes my mind, my energy field in me, wake up tomorrow and say, I don't have to kill nothing with the face tomorrow to stay alive. Okay? It really connects you back to nature. And once you do this for 6 months, as long as you do the raw eggs and the cheese too, ghee butter, then the oils, okay, are how you rebuild back your nervous system. It's the oils that give you premium fuel, okay? So, you know, I've been following a lot of different people with their fasting protocols that they do, and the number one thing I see they do incorrectly is they feed everybody sugar as soon as they get out of the fast. That's not good.
No.
Okay, so anyways, you guys are like I said, you've basically, both of you, if you were heroin addicts, let's say, or you had some type of addiction, you've dried yourself out pretty good. So don't let yourself go back to when you get home, redo your house. You know, clean it up. Okay, change it up. So when you come home, you don't have any stupid habits anymore. Okay, it's all brand new. This is a big thing too, is you got to reset. Your new mind and your new body has a different morphogenic field when you leave here. So change it up. Get rid of all the stuff you don't need.
Yeah.
It's a waste of time. Join a gym if you're not, okay? Make some friends that are actually athletic instead of just all business, okay? Or pulling it in the dark side and want to go out all the time, 10 o'clock at night. So, you know, both of us, you know, we've all gone, everyone goes through those stages. And as you get older, though, you do get wiser. See these gray hairs up there? See those gray hairs? I don't think, Monty's got a few too. Not too many, though. Gray hairs give us experience, and we're only telling us, you know, our experience, and learn from it. Learn from other people's experiences, because sooner or later, like I said, you're going to have to figure it out when you get actually the incurable sickness. 100 million people in the United States, remember, that have diabetes. Do you have that sickness? Well, again, okay, be smart. Okay, watch the interviews that we do. We're just here to ignite people, and do it yourself. Remember, you don't have to go to a doctor. You don't have to do anything to start. You don't have to do any of that stuff. In fact, most of the time when you do go to physicians or different people, you know, they don't really have the right protocol either. It's because they're using too many other Western ways of curing things, you know, the mighty pill or radiation, okay? Or just, you know, no modification at all to your lifestyle, your diet, or just anything. So, you know, be smart. Jump up to the next layer and learn from, you know, different people's interviews. Just know that since they're doing it, everybody can do it. There's no reason why you can't. And I feel dumb sometimes, because I understand that everything is here for you to grasp at your fingertips. Why don't you grasp it? And if you don't feel that you can right now, look at the others that are trying, and look and see their transformation. And then look inside yourself and say, I wonder what would happen to me. That's it. Remember, you want to be healthy, wealthy, happy, and wise. And you know, you're not going to get that by living like a heathen, okay? And you got to backpedal all these accumulations. I've had 1,000 McDonald's hamburgers, thousands of Taco Bell, thousands of Mountain Dews, okay, when I was not so smart, okay, because I didn't understand chemicals, processed foods, sugars, false sugars, okay? So anyways, we're going to go on part 2 now. Part 2, like I said, is going to actually dig deep into these guys, and we've been now in here, which is perfect, close to 40 minutes, okay? And that's what it takes. It takes about 30 or 40 minutes before, if you wanted to do the deep part of gua sha, you got to really be soft and be ready to already leave. Like you guys, you sort of said, okay guys, I've been sweating enough now. And I probably sweat like 3 pounds or so, and everybody's got the river going, so we got to definitely make sure that we drink water consistently, okay? Whew! Part 2, here we go.
Important reminder: all information and ideas are for informational purposes only and are in no way intended as medical advice or as a substitute for medical counseling. Earthshift Products, Dr. Robert Cassar, all of their partners, affiliates, and subsidiaries will not be held accountable for the use or misuse of the information presented therein. This information is not intended as medical advice. The authors, publishers, and speakers of this work are not medical doctors and do not recommend the use of mineral-deficient foods, drugs, or medicines to achieve beauty and to alleviate health challenges. Because there is always some risk involved, all persons involved with the development and distribution of this information are not responsible for any adverse effects or consequences of any kind resulting from the use or misuse of any suggestions or procedures described on our website or Earthshift Live radio talk show or therein.